Today, for my informative speech, I would like to discuss a subject that is very close to home for all of us that we'll all have to deal with at one time or another, and that is caring for our aging parents. The numbers are staggering. For the first time in history, children under the age of 5 now are much less than the number of adults over the age of 65. In addition to this staggering number, 1 in 3 of Americans are now age 50 or older. And if that statistic wasn't enough, in 2011, there were 3.5 million baby boomers that turned 55, which seems like a high number. But when you compare that to the projected amount of elderly people in the year 2030, that number is supposed to reach 72.1 million older Americans living in the United States by the year 2030, which is well over double what the number is just 3 years ago. The projected acceleration for population of aging from the United Nations in 2009, if you'll notice in 1950, it was less than 1 billion people in the United States. When you come over to the year 2000, 2010, when baby boomers started to retire, and you see the steep incline of the number of elderly people in the United States. So what does this mean to us? When we discuss caring for the elderly and caring for our aging parents, what it means is that 47%, almost half, of people in the United States are now what we call a sandwich generation. We're in between parents that are 65 or older and still caring for children either in the home or out of the home that requires at least some part of our time, attention, and financial support. 47% of adults ages 40 to 59 are between these two generations. What does that mean? That means frustration. That means caring for making medical decisions, healthcare decisions, financial decisions, household management for people that distance may be an issue with. We may not live close to our parents and be able to run next door to check on them all the time. Finances, your own personal work and career requirements may get in the way of how much time off do you have, how lenient is your employer to be able to care for your parents. Also, in all the work may shoulder usually on 1 or 2 of the adult children, which causes in the family dynamic frustration and hurt feelings if it's not being shouldered evenly. So now that we know the problem and the statistics, what can be done when we're faced with caring for an elderly parent? One thing is to look for what is the immediate need. In nursing, we call that life or limb. What is the most important thing that needs to be addressed? Is it mom or dad has a medical issue that has to be taken care of? Let's address that thing first. Sometimes when we look at a problem and it seems overwhelming, if we'll break it down into smaller steps, it makes it much more manageable and causes frustrations and hard feelings to be kept to a minimum. Take care of the immediate need first. If there's a health issue, there are apps now that you can put on phones that will beep for daily reminders for medications. There's medication boxes that you can, does mom or dad need help just remembering to take their noon dose of a medication? There's medication boxes you can get for that. There's home health nurses that can come in and visit. What if there is household management? There's the waiver program that can come in and provide personal care, can provide in-home services that's run by the state. And also now, if you've seen TV commercials lately, there's also hired out services that a friend for mom or friendly care that you can get to come and just play cards, keep mom company, just to have extra eyes on mom or dad. Also, if there is other like financial needs, household management, there's other things that sometimes church groups have, support groups, etc., that can handle those things. If it comes to a point where mom or dad needs placement, there are now services that can research facilities for you so that you're just not going to the nearest facility. And also nursing homes now don't have to be a permanent solution. Nursing homes can temporarily provide like physical therapy for a few weeks to a few months. So it doesn't have to be a permanent decision, just to see how mom or dad reacts, and then maybe they can get back on their feet and other options can be put into place. In conclusion, I'd like to say that choosing care for an elderly parent is never an easy decision. There are no easy choices in this matter. But when people learn that they're not alone and there are options available to them, it helps to keep the frustration down, hard feelings to a minimum, and the best choice possible can be made for a person that you hold very dear. Thank you.